Hey guys, it's me again. Last time I talked about a dream I had in 2012, but I didn't get to the other three dreams that I wanted to tell you about. And I've already prayed for confirmations on all four of my dreams, and I've received confirmations for each one. And I'm not going to get into all that for this video, but if you have any questions, I'll be happy to tell you about it. I sort of consider the second and third dream to be just one whole dream in part one and part two. So the second dream, I was just sitting in bed watching TV at night, and all of a sudden my program was interrupted by a presidential emergency alert. But instead of Obama coming through, it was a terrorist. And they were basically just warning us about being on our land and, trying to scare us, I guess. And then the scary sound came back on, like, and then all of a sudden all the power just shut off. And I'm talking about an EMP attack. Like, the entire country just blacked out. And I woke up. But when I woke up with a feeling like there's more to the story than just a terrorist thing. So it was a false flag event. That's just the feeling that I got when I woke up. I looked up the presidential emergency alert system because I had never seen that before, and found an article about how Obama was getting this thing started so that he would be able to just flip a switch in the White House and address the whole nation at once. So, there you have it. So that was back in 2013, and in the fall of last year, it became official. It's in the White House as we speak. It's ready to use. And it's been a year, so I guess it's enough time to test it out. It's crazy. So anyway, last year I had the second part of that dream. It was basically the next morning. Everybody was freaking out. Without power, we lose a lot of stuff. We are very reliant on electricity for many things that we can't even imagine losing. And I'm talking about access to our money, access to gasoline, access to each other. No communication with an EMP attack because the towers aren't working. I mean, everything was just crazy. So in that moment of desperation, everyone started getting knocks on their doors, because how else are they going to address the plan of action, right? We can't contact anybody to find out when our power's coming back on. Two men were at my door. They were police. They were dressed in the police state outfit, the SWAT looking things. One white man, one African American man. One of them started searching my apartment, looking for weapons and electronics. So they were pretty much trying to take our defense and our communication away. And then the other man pulled me out and attached me by handcuffs to a string of people. And they led us to a vehicle. Next thing I know, I am in, I want to say FEMA camp. And I say this because I found pictures of this later. There were lots of cots, like small cots you would see in a prison. And it kind of looked like a mixture between a prison and a hospital. There were medical staff around. The nurses were dressed provocatively, like a, like the sexy Halloween costume. The nurses were also treating us like we were below them, like laughing at us and making fun of us. And we were also dressed in prison outfits, solid color, top and bottom. And we were allowed to be outside for like 15 minutes every day. But it wasn't like green grass. It was a slab of concrete with a fence and multiple cameras facing in at us. Another strange thing about it was everybody else seemed fine. They're just like, well, we're here, we're safe from the attacks. I knew what was going on. I was trying to get everybody on my side. Like, do you see what's going on here? We're being imprisoned. We're being treated like prisoners. We can't even communicate with our families. Like, why aren't you upset? I guess at some point the guards realized that I was causing problems, and they took me to a desk where I guess you're checked in and out. Next thing I know, someone's telling me that I'm being released to go home under the supervision of a FEMA worker. He was a young man, about my age, good looking, but I knew he was there with the worst of intentions, so I pretty much tried to flirt with him in order to get him to change his mind about killing me. Not, trying to seduce him, but just befriend him, make him feel guilty about what he's sent there to do. The next day, he gets a call, and I'm assuming it was from his supervisor, and next thing I know, he walks up to me and injects me in the neck with something. And then I just fall, and I wake up. And there were other parts of the dream where I kind of left to see something and came back. There were all these animals being given away in the middle of a carnival, and I'm assuming these are all the pets that were left behind when people were taken. Another weird thing, a carnival that kind of gave me an idea of the time that this happened, because when do carnivals usually happen? In the fall. We're in the fall, so a little strange, especially with the blood moon coming up. In this carnival, I found my boyfriend, then boyfriend, and he was with his family, and I couldn't talk to him. So it was almost like I wasn't really there. I think God was just showing me what was going on the outside world. When I woke up from this dream, I told him about it. And this is really strange because he had a dream about being at a carnival while I was dreaming about this. And that's happened before, actually. We've had the same dream before at the same time. Okay, so basically, what I'm really trying to get across to anybody who sees this, and I hope a lot of people do see this, there will be some type of disaster or terrorist attack, and the government will actually be the force behind it. You can't trust the rescue people. Alright, you can't. And I do not doubt this will happen. We know from the Bible that Christians will be persecuted. We know that there will be deception, and I mean mass deception. And I think God is very frustrated that we're not putting as much trust in Him as we're putting in these government officials and this and that. All politicians are corrupt, but I think when people say that, they're not really understanding the severity of their corruption. It is really getting bad. Alright, anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing night, and stay blessed, and stay just excited about Jesus, and if you're not, then I pray that you will open your heart to Him, because He's ready to do some awesome work with you. Alright, I love you guys.